YouTube. What it is, baby, you already know. One thing I learned about discipline is the difference between discipline and self-discipline. You know, discipline is when you got to go to work and, to pay the bills and stuff. When you pay your bills consistently, when you go to work on time, when you take care of your kids. And, that's really discipline. It's things that you have to do. It's things that's mandatory. But the things that you don't have to do with a force of will and you do it anyway, that is self-discipline. When you got to do stuff consistently, ain't nothing wrong with discipline. You got to stay disciplined. You got to stay on schedule. When it comes to self-discipline, it's working on you. When you try to get in shape, work on your body. When you're trying to eat right. When you're trying to, make yourself, give yourself a better life. When you're trying to master yourself. But the thing about self-discipline, you all by yourself in this one. And that's what makes it so perfect. You can have a good environment around you. You can have family, friends, positive energy and all that. But at the end of the day, you have to do this right here by yourself. Because at the end of the day, right here, that brain, that's what's going to be in your head. Self-discipline is you talking to yourself. You go like, hey, this is uncomfortable. Hey, but this is what we do now. I don't know how old you are, but you've been through a lot of pain. You've been through a lot of trial and error. Everybody on this planet done been through some hell before, once upon a time in their life. But you got to look at the hell and you got to look at the past like it's not trauma, it's not traumatizing. It will leave you with scars. It will leave you emotionally, physically, and mentally scarred a little bit. But at the end of the day, you got to look at it. I'm strong as hell. I can take a lot of pain. Built to last. I was born to do this. That person that walked away from you, that boy, that girl that broke up with you, or that person that don't want to be cool with you no more, don't want to be bothered with you no more, look here, they don't know what type of person that you are. They didn't know what type of friend that they had. They didn't know what type of person, they didn't know that you was a legend. They didn't know what you was made out of because they don't know you. And at the end of the day, God, he protects his own. He can protect you. And that's why he let them go. When people walk out your life, let them go. Let them leave. He protecting you anyway. He know what he doing. He know everything that he got under control. He know when it's time for people to go, it's going to hurt you a little bit, but I'm going to let you know in the long run, it was all worth it. Your prime example, you can think about your past relationships and all that. If you was with that past person that you used to be with, think about the person that you with now. I'm talking about like all my married couples and all my good people that's in good relationships. Think about the person that that you wanted back in the days, but now look at you in your new relationship. Now, look at the old person. You got to let people go. When it's time for them to go, you want to hold on to them, hey, you holding on to them for a reason. The reason that you holding on to them, really, you trying to hurt yourself. You're trying to hurt yourself because you done been through so much bad. Anything that comes away that look like it's good, you're going to think that that's good and that's better than what I had. But God got more planned for you. And at the end of the day, you have to learn stuff to get through certain situations to get to the ultimate destiny that God got for you. I already said that once before. That's why, when you go through a lot of pain, you got to think about it. I'm strong. You know what I mean? I can take a lot of pain. I can take this. I'm built to last. I'm good for this. Can't nobody else do what I do. Can't nobody else put up what I put up with. Can't nobody else tolerate what I tolerate. Can't nobody else do what I'm built to do because you are the warrior for your own destiny. It's too much work. You got too much on your plate. You got to do this. You got to take care of this. You know why you got to do all that? Because ain't nobody else going to do it but you. Ain't nobody else reliable to do it but you. Ain't nobody else to depend on but you. God is counting on you to finish this mission. God is counting on you to complete this task. That's why you got so much on your plate. He trusts you to do it, and he gave you the strength. He gave you the tools. And it all boils down to self-discipline. You prioritize your mind and your feelings and your thoughts. You prioritize yourself. Why do I feel like this? What do I need to work on? If you're insecure about your body, what do I need to work on? A lot of people like to get in shape. They want to look good, but they don't want to do the work. When it comes down to doing the work, you got to say, hey, this is what we do now. I don't want to do it, but this is what I got to do now. This is my life. Trust and believe you will never understand heaven if you ain't been through hell. The tests and trials is just to see what you're made of. Are you built to last? Are you built to not quit? That's where it comes for self-discipline. I can't quit this. I know it's hard. I know I want to give up. But at the end of the day, this is what we do now. Everything that you're doing, you ain't doing it for nothing. Everything that you're going through, you ain't going through it for nothing. Okay, you get a job. You get paid this such and such an hour. You get paid this such and such an hour. When you do the work, you get paid that you're going to be there for this such and such hours. At the end of the week, you're going to get a paycheck. Ain't no difference with life. You spend more time with God, you're going to be blessed and highly favored. You're going to go through storms just like at a job. You're going to go through hell. Some people ain't going to want to do their job, but you still there. At the end of the day, they going to get fired. You're going to be still there. It's just like dealing with God. At the end of the day, you give your life to God. You spend more time with God. You do what you're supposed to do. You do whatever he wants you to do. How do I know that what he want me to do? If you spend more time with God, you're going to see things. You're going to hear things. You're going to feel things. You're going to love to, it's going to drive, you're going to have a motivation to drive to do something like, why am I doing this? But I want to do it. That's God talking to you, baby. And at the end of the day, if you spend more time with him, hey, he going to spend more time with you. If you do a lot of work, your work is going to pay off. If you do a lot of training, your muscles going to grow. If you do a lot of walking and running, you will lose weight. With all the work that you're doing, all the pain that you're going through, you're getting stronger. Everything that you're going through is not for nothing. Everything that you want out of life comes with the price. It comes with a hell of a price that you got to be willing to pay. It can be good or bad. You know the decisions that you make. So your decisions depend on your results. Just like in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, okay, you met a lady or you met a dude. You don't just sit there and say, okay, we finna, you know what I'm saying, we together now. No, you got to talk to them. You got to take them out. You got to get to know people. You got to converse. You got to do the work. If you don't do the work, then the person will not get to know you. But once they get to know you, hey, it can be a good decision or it can be bad decisions that you make. If that person, your decisions depend on your results. Whether that person wants you or whether that person don't want you. But if you're doing things with a good motive, if you're doing things, you know what I'm saying, out of the kindness of your heart, being genuine and being the person that you are really being the person that you are and not trying to be nobody else, and you just trying to be solid, I bet you it'll pay off. If your intentions are good, all your hard work is going to pay off. If you ain't the only one going through hell. You ain't the only one having a hard time. You ain't the only one that feel like you about to lose your mind. You ain't the only one that's stressed out and probably can't sleep at night. It's something that's on your mind that's bothering you. It's something that gets on your nerves. It's something like, why won't it stop? Or why is this, why is this happening? If there's something going on in your life like that, I'm going to let you know right now. You can take that. You built to last. Don't quit. Don't give up. If you got to do something consistently, if you got so much on your plate, hey, get it together. You was built to do that. It's what we do now. Your life is not going to be the same 24/7, 25/8, 365. At the end of the day, what you're doing in the present is what we do now. It's just like that Michael Jordan on The Last Dance. When Michael Jordan on The Last Dance, right before they played the championship game, right before they were about to go out, some people get amped up, they get pumped up, they're ready to roll, right? They're ready to go. They get psyched out because they got a championship to win. Not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was in the locker room. He was in the locker room flipping quarters with somebody. There wasn't even a basketball player. He was in the locker room flipping quarters and having a time of his life. You know why? Because he was living in the present. That's what he was doing at that moment. Right now, I'm not finna play the game right now. But right here, this is what we do now. But as soon as I get through with this, and when I get on the court, that's what I do then. That's what make people so great. Live in the present moment. This is what you do now. This is what we're doing now. Because at the end of the day, when you think about your problems, when you think about your insecurities, when you think about something when you're on a job or when you're on a task, you're really not giving your full attention to that test. You're not giving full attention to that job. Or if you're in a relationship and you got something on your mind thinking about something else, you're not giving your full attention to that relationship. You might as well just go ahead and exit it out your mind. I know it's hard to not think about certain things, but you're going to have to learn to lock in. This is what we do now. I'm here. I'm going to enjoy this moment because you don't know what's going to happen at the next moment. God might turn that situation around that you think about. He's going to turn it around, matter of fact, Jack, because at the end of the day, if you built the last and you got your mindset on straight and you're doing the best that you can, hey, ain't nothing that you can't withstand. So at the end of the day, you have to live in the present moment. So whatever you're going through, whatever's on your mind, what you doing right now, whatever you're doing right now, this is what we're doing now. Spending time with God, God wants your full attention. At the end of the day, you can't be spending time with God and be talking to your homeboys down the street or nothing like that. If you're spending time with the good Lord, it's just going to be you and it's going to be him. Or it can be, you know what I'm saying, it can be a couple of people. And at the end of the day, more people are gathered. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you're spending time with God, you don't need to think about nothing else. Everything you're thinking about, you need to tell God about. You need to spend time with him. Whatever's on your mind, give it to him. You locked in with him. Right now, I ain't worried about this world. I'm talking to the good Lord. This is what we do now. Every certain present moment that you're going through, you lock in on that moment. You master yourself and you master your mind. Self-discipline. I have to do this right now. This is what I'm doing now. I'm working out. This is what I'm doing right now. All that other stuff, we're going to get to that later. When it's time to do that, that's when I tackle that. At the end of the day, you take it one day at a time and one step at a time. Love, peace, and hair grease. If I don't see you on YouTube, I'll see you in the street. Because you know why? This is what we do now.